displaying the glory of God's creation by visiting every state park, national park, and national forest in the contiguous 48 states. Welcome to Parking Full Time with Big Dave the Parker.
First hole. It's 252 feet. It's a par 3. It's somewhat tight and heavily wooded, as most holes on this course are, but it's not super tight, and a good throw with a little left to right disc flight will get you up close to the basket for a good birdie opportunity. I want to welcome you back to Parking Full Time. I am Big Dave the Parker. We are at Fort Yargo State Park. There's the first basket, and there's the view back to the tee from behind the basket. Second hole is 222 feet. It's another par 3. It plays the opposite direction as hole number 1, and it also doglegs the opposite direction. So now you need a slight right to left disc flight in order to get close to this basket. One of the strengths of this course is that it does force you to maneuver your disc a little bit. So you need good disc throwing skills, both distance and also accuracy, in order to do well here. There's the view from behind the basket back down to the tee. The third hole is similar to the first two holes. It's 237 feet, and it's another par 3. The fairway here is wider than on the first two holes, but there's also a sharper dogleg right, so overall difficulty is about the same. Here we come up to the third basket. Almost this entire course is very heavily wooded, and there is poison ivy out in the rough, so you have to be careful of that. The fourth hole is 268 feet. It's another par 3. It's also gradually uphill, and so therefore this hole is a little longer and a little bit harder than the first 3 holes. As I mentioned on the previous hole, the fairways here are very well kept, but the rough is indeed quite rough. If you get off this tight little path here, you're going to find some greenery, and there is some poison ivy mixed in that greenery. Overall, the course maintenance here is pretty good, I would say. Hole number 5 is 250 feet. It's another par 3, and it is gradually uphill, very similar to the previous hole. I captured all of this video on Thursday, May the 4th, and the temperature here was in the upper 60s and low 70s when I came here. It was really a gorgeous spring day in north central Georgia when I came here. As I mentioned before, this is Fort Yargo State Park. It's located in between Athens and Atlanta, Georgia. Very nice park and pretty nice course here. Sixth hole, and finally we had something a little bit different here. It's 225 feet, and it's still densely wooded, but it is sharply downhill. And in fact, that is the main state park lake that you see in the backdrop there. There's a steep drop-off behind the basket, so if you overthrow, it is possible that your disc can roll down the hill across a hiking trail and possibly even roll down into the lake. This is a nice change of pace. It's a little shorter, and it's also more scenic and sharply downhill, unlike the previous few holes. Hole number 7 is 223 feet. It's a par 3. It plays back up the hill, parallel to hole number 6, and the basket is over top of this little ridge that you see coming up here. So it's actually a blind throw from the tee, and you can't see the basket until you get up to the top of this little ridge here. It's a nice hole. Again, I like the little bit of variety that hole numbers 6 and 7 give, relative to the other string of holes here on the front 9. Hole number 8 is very tight, but also fairly short and slightly downhill. It's similar to hole number 6, but without quite the extreme elevation change. It is 223 feet. It's another par 3. You can see that there was a log that we had to step over right there. One thing about this course is it's somewhat expensive to play this course. There's a $5 park entrance fee and also a $4 disc golf fee. so you have to pay a double fee if you're going to play this course. They do offer annual passes, and if you play at a lot of Georgia state parks, that can save you some money. Ninth hole is the shortest hole on the course, but also one of the tightest. It's only 182 feet, and it is a par 3. And again, it's a short hole, but very tight until you get up here by the basket. This is, of course, the last hole on the front 9, and so I do want to thank you for watching. Parking Full Time would not be anything without the people who watch. I realize that every day, and I thank you every day. That's the end of the front 9. I will see you on the back 9.